We are really in bizarro times. Steve Bannon, now being privy to national security briefings, is just madness. What did Susan? What's her name? Former ambassador to the UN, Susan Rice. Was she the one who said this is just insane, stone cold crazy? I mean, Bannon is a well, you know where he comes from the a website that made its name by lying constantly, just making shit up, and because of that reason, became a favorite of the right wing neo Nazis and neo fascists and the Klansmen and so on and so forth, the so called alt right, which is a funny term, alt right. You mean the fascists in this country? So Steve Bannon now will be given. He will have all the security information that's available will be passed through him. I think it should be clear at this point that Donald Trump is not in charge. You do get that, right? Pence is in charge as far as day-to-day operations and long. I shouldn't say day-to-day. Long-term planning. The plan is to get rid of Trump as soon as they can. It may take a year to get rid of him, but that's the plan, to get rid of Trump. But Bannon and who's this other guy? Stephen Miller, is that his name? Kathy, the other. Jesus Christ, these people, they look like they came right out of Central Casting. Send me some people who look like they are Nazis. Really? Yeah, I want them to look like they're Nazis. Woo. Well, I think his name is Miller. God, I hope I'm getting it right. But I saw him on the White House lawn today saying something to some network. And I swear to God, it was like looking at, who was it? Himmler, I guess. It's just astonishing what is going on here. But you know what happened over the weekend? This executive order. How many has he put out now? I think I tweeted a bunch of them, didn't I, Kathy? I put a bunch of them out there, if not tweets. Some I know someplace. I put it on social media about all of the executive actions that this guy has taken. But they're whispering in his ear. And because Trump, let's face it, Steve Bannon, Mike Pence, Reince Priebus, Jeff Sessions, all the rest of these thugs are 10 to 20 to 30 times smarter than Trump. Trump's an asshole. Trump is the figurehead. He's just totally stupid. He's not a reader. He doesn't care about policy. He certainly doesn't care about running the country. So all these decisions are being made. There are about 3 different factions, power sources in the White House, and they're all still trying to see who's going to get to wear the long pants, who's going to get to wear the big boy pants, and who's going to get stuck with the shorts. That hasn't been decided yet, and that's what the struggles are about. This executive order over the weekend to enforce Trump's asinine, insane, fascist ban on people coming to this country. I mean, parents separated from children, husbands from wives, family members ripped to pieces, held in detention. What the fuck is going on? Pardon me, but man, oh man, I'll tell you what's going on. You know what's going on. I know what's going on. This transition to fascism is, it's always rough, right? You look at history, you'll find that not necessarily the fascist government taking over, but what happens next when people start to come out of the ether and realize what they've got. He is such a stupid, brain-dead man. He thinks he is writing these speeches. He thinks he is coming up with the wording of these tweets. He thinks he is making the decisions. He's not. He's not. I mean, somebody as stupid as Trump to handle all this commotion and this chaos that his administration caused over the weekend is impossible. That takes a whole crew of fascists, and that's what's in there now. And when you read the details of some the lives of some of the people who've had everything disrupted by this fascist asshole, it's really painful, really painful. One father from what's it, Iran, I think, or Iraq, who has a son at Princeton, has two sons, I think, one at Princeton, one at Brown. And one of the boys got sick a year ago, and the father had to come over here and do whatever a dad does when your son is going to school in a foreign country. And then he went back home when his son is okay. He's a college-age kid, I guess. But now the father can't get back in to this country the way it stands right now if his son gets sick again. That's just one example. I listened to Sean Sphincter today trying to minimize this bullshit, saying, well, there are 37,000 people who flew from blah, 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 and only 322 were detained, or some such shit. I mean that. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do this. And the serendipity, and it was not serendipity. This is carefully planned. Steve Bannon is a rabid Jew hater. Rabid. He hates people of color. He hates Jews. He hates immigrants. I don't know how seriously the clash between Steve Bannon, who's truly an anti-Jewish, I don't want to say anti-Semitic, but he's anti-Jewish in the deepest, most profound way. And if you don't believe that, just go back and look at some of the shit that he had on the Breitbart site. I mean, this guy is really a piece of work. I don't know how he's going to get along with Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, who happens to be an Orthodox Jew. I think he's Orthodox. So that's two of the power center, the power struggles that are going on right now. I don't think Trump's daughter, Ivanka, is that her name? I don't think that she is as insane as Bannon or her father. I mean, I think Ivanka knows that her old man is playing with half a deck here or a third of a deck. I think she's fully aware of that. You can't be in a family and have a father who's 70 and you've lived with him all your, how old is she, 35 or something, all your life, and not realize the son of a bitch is so far around the bend that the rubber band that would be used to pull him back every night has snapped. Some bitch is gone.